Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. Guess what? It is Friday afternoon going into the evening, and we have made it. Oh, what a week it has been so far. Those that are in info security, we know this is just another day to into Friday. And typically on, Friday, Saturday, Sunday gets to be some of our busiest times of the week. Hope you have some awesome plans for the weekend. Um, Thankfully, today we don't have too many stories to really talk about a whole lot. There's been a lot of stuff, around a certain hotel that's been kind of taking a lot of precedence and making a lot of noise this week. So, trying to get, correlate some information that I do think that may be relevant that may have not had a lot of news. Uh, for you to think about going into the weekend and trying to make those action plans going into next week is the purpose of this. And I greatly appreciate you tuning in for the Executive Cyber Brief. With that, we will get ready for our first week, our two episodes of the day. We only have two today. It's going to be really quick. We should be in and out of here in about 10-15 minutes. So sit back, relax. We're going to get this thing started.
In a recent development, a critical vulnerability has been identified in N-able's Take Control agent, potentially allowing hackers to gain unauthorized system privileges. This flaw, labeled as CVE 2023-27470 with a high severity score of 8.8, could lead to arbitrary files on Windows systems, posing a significant threat to business infrastructures. It is imperative for business owners and executives to ensure their systems are updated to version 7.0.43, released on March 15, 2023, to safeguard against potential exploits. Stay vigilant and prioritize your organization's cybersecurity.
You gotta patch it.
That's right, Dr. Joe Dozier. You got to patch it. So those who don't know, Enable is a tool that is typically used by either internal IT organizations or from your external MSP IT vendor that does come from that does allow the threat or not threat actor. Sorry, I've been saying that words a lot this week, but allows authorized access to your environment from a remote capability. So take control literally is that. It's a take control. It's much like your team viewer, your AnyDesk, and please, if you're using that, please get rid of it. Splash Top, Screen Connect. There's a myriad of those type of tools. Enable is one that's specifically designed for the MSP and internal IT aspects to help leverage those type of those sessions for it. So this one really is where if the threat actor was actually able to, get to a point where they're actually able to do this, you've got some problems essentially. So the way this thing works is a threat actor will automatically get access. Um, Audio issues. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the chat, getting a little sidetracked. Thanks, James and Taylor, for joining today. The threat actor will be under what we call a normal or a standard user inside of your environment, and they will use this vulnerability to escalate their privileges to become, in this case, what's called system access, which is unfeathered access to whatever they want to, and then they can be able to easily pivot and move across your environment really, really easy. So, talk to your internal teams, talk to your MSP if they're using Enable, and if they're using the take control agent, which is again their remote access tool. or we also call RAT. You'll see RAT, remote access tool. This is what you want to do, and tell them
You gotta patch it.
you got to patch it, ladies and gentlemen. Get look at this thing and find out if this is impacting your organization, because I guarantee you, in short order, threat actors will be highly using this after they compromise your system and looking for these type of vulnerabilities to further exploit inside of your environment.
In recent news, the increasing sophistication of cyber threats has underscored the critical need for regular cybersecurity audits in businesses. These audits, encompassing meticulous evaluations of policies, procedures, and technology safeguards, serve as a robust defense mechanism, helping to uncover hidden security risks and maintain regulatory compliance. By proactively identifying and addressing potential vulnerabilities, companies can not only prevent data breaches but also safeguard their reputation and financial stability. Business leaders are urged to integrate these audits as a pivotal component of their cyber strategy, thereby fostering a secure and resilient organizational ecosystem. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story.
Yep. So this is something that we see a lot of organizations unfortunately having an issue with. They will get a penetration test, they'll get an audit, they'll get whatever that their framework or their required for compliance to get, check that box, and we've been brought back in for repeat stuff, and they haven't fixed the issues from the first, second, or third go round. So we're going into year 4 with exactly the same issues as before, plus more. And this is kind of what, you know, it's good to have an audit, but it's even more important to fix the findings so that way you are more secure, going into the year. So please take the security audits seriously. Please do them. Please read them. And if you've got a vendor that does not have the capacity or the patience to sit down with you and your executive team to answer your questions as simply as possible, there's a lot of analogies that a good cybersecurity firm should be able to invoke that will help simplify the issue, right? Without, even I suffer from it a lot of times when I'm doing a lot of the post-op issue reports and things like that for our clients. Even I get way too technical, and I got to step back and be like, okay, we're not talking to another technical person. We need to simplify it as much as possible. So, we even got to a point in our organization where on a penetration test, we did 2 type of reports. One was the executive. So it was like a 1 or 2 page. Hey, here's the most critical things. Here's a couple things that we're recommending that you do. And then we, in our agreements, we always offered a secondary scan to see if they were patched and that was remediated. That also helped clients fix the vulnerabilities that was originally discovered. So, and the second one was for the internal IT or the internal security, the outsourced vendor that was taking care of it for their organization. So, as you're looking at your own business and looking at these type of things, please consider these things. When was the last time you had one? Was there issues that was listed that you don't know if it's been resolved or not? And try to work on them. We still have several months in 2023. You can knock out the rest of this year and be more secure going into 2024 than you are in 2023. If you, again, at the beginning of the show just a few minutes ago, MGM has got a ton of stuff going on with it. There's a lot of information flying around and everything like that. So, as last time I checked, MGM is still completely down globally. And I know most people, but probably maybe only 1 or 2 people actually stumble across this thing will be a global identity. But you can see how something like that is, going to damage their reputation, right? So, definitely consider it. Even from you know, a local mom and pop shop, serving in your community, if something happens to you, it's going to be a massive problem. So please consider these type of things as action items as you're doing your barbecue or whatever it is. As we're winding down the last weeks of summer, getting into fall, and again, whatever you can do to finish this year out strong and be more secure going into 2024 is literally the mission that I propose to you going forward. With that, thank you so much. Again, like I said, this is going to be a very short one. There's been a lot of other stuff that's been going on that's we've been discussing at very nauseum. So if you are a technical person, definitely reach out, go over and check out my YouTube chat, all the other stuff for YouTube for at youtube.barricadecyber.com. It'll take you right to the YouTube. Please subscribe. There's a ton of information that we've been pushing out this week and a lot of speculation around the MGM and the 3 a.m. ransomware and things of that nature. So with that, we will catch y'all folks next week, and enjoy the weekend. Stay secure, my friends.
There once was a kid whose passwords laid across all sites. They were the same, a criminal, then found their fame by taking that data to go.
Soon may a criminal come to steal your pictures and data and run. One day when the crime is done, they'll steal your account and go.